Welcome back to more knowledge. This one's about Pocahontas, and about this Pocahontas character. They are an American Indian or some character, right? Out of obviously the legendary history and all that. But it's an interesting character, because it's got things like Rebecca, right? Rebecca, and Powhatan and all this. And obviously doing a free there. Doing a free, that's supposed to be Pocahontas. Looks like a block type of thing, right? But portrait by Simon de Pass. So that's you couldn't get more Masonic than that, could you? A Dutch publisher and engraver. In there 161616, so 2 6s, 2 7s, and 11. So quite a lot of code in that. It's like a funny little story, this Pocahontas thing. Remember, the Bible was published in 1611, right? And they died 1617. Born round about 1596 and died 1617, right? Again, there's the 777 code, right? Rebecca Rolfe. A lot of Rolfes, like Rolfe Harris. And all that, right? In association with Jamestown Colony. Saving the life of John Smith, right? And it's an interesting little story, association with colonial settlement of Jamestown, Virginia. It was the first permanent English settlement in the Americas, right? The James Powhatan River. So James becomes Powhatan. So when you have Pow, it becomes the day with James, like power, right? So the funny thing is, you marry tobacco planter, right? Remember how James is the supplanter, right? James is the supplanter. So this is tobacco planter John Rolfe. And the first successful cultivation of tobacco in the colony of Virginia in 1611. So that's the same time as the Bible came, right? So the first successful cultivation of tobacco was the same year as when the Bible was published. So that's, to me, that's pretty funny, you know what I mean? It's pretty funny, How the Rolls travelled to London, where Pocahontas was presented to English society as an example of the civil knowledge, right? In the Jamestown settlement. Apparently, there's these Disney films called Pocahontas, which has got the character of James in. It was the James the First and the James the Sixth of Scotland character. Right? Apparently that's who's in these Disney films and that, about Pocahontas. So this, they put the mortal character of James into these movies and that, these Disney movies. I thought there might be some code in this Pocahontas word, right? Because it's it's a funny word, and I thought there might be a code in it. And like this one here is funny, unopt chaos, right? Or Pocahontas, right? Or top chaos. Now what the tie-up is, when I want to tie up, when you have a tie-up in the chaos, right? You get cursed. I'd say the chaos one is about the best one. Looks like that could be the code of it, like. Santa, of course, is James as well. Yeah, Santa, Satan is James, right? And that's a chaos Satan ones. Reading Pocahontas, read. Was a childhood nickname meaning little wanton on tea, right? Little one on tea, and the playful one. And Jamestown playing with the young boys, get the boys forth with that, right? For in the marketplace and make them real naked all the fall over, right? Remember, naked is the idea of being in the Bible. Like Adam and Eve was naked. See, they were born naked, which basically means natural, right? Naked. Until they're covered up. See, they covered up the nakedness with tea and become trans. They covered up the nakedness, right? So that's biblical, that. The original name was Matuax, right? No, the Mart thing in that, right? The Mart, like the Black Lives Matter and all that. And it changed it to Pocahontas out of superstitious fear. Lest by knowledge of her true name should be able to do her some hurt. Right? John hurt. And then revealed a secret name to the colonists only after she had taken another religious baptism named Rebecca, right? So the religious Bible thing ties in with all this stuff about these native people, these Indians or whatever they are, right? Rahimore, James the Ham. Three sisters, three again, right? All the type of goods, right? And this is an interesting piece. Interactions with the colonists. You can see from this picture, right? Looks like maybe they got the idea of the jester cop. No, the James jester and the King's Court fool and that jester cop. Looking like it came from that. Which is like a native Indian's headpiece or headdress or whatever, right? This is John Smith. Of course, the John Smith character could well be the same James character. You see what I mean? A lot of parallels in all this stuff. And the head on the pillar, if you remember that thing about the stone of Scuan, right? The stone of Scuan was the day with the pillar. It was a pillar, wasn't it? So look, he's got his head on stone, right? So the John Smith character could well be the James the First and Sixth is Scotland character. Right? Could be the same character, basically. The James River, see what I mean? That's all coded with the same James stuff of what we see, right? Yeah, very strange, eh? Queen Anne of Denmark, who was the wife of James the Sixth and Seventh. Not so it was his wife. Wife of King James and as such Queen of Scotland. There's a London company, which is also formerly the Virginia Company, right? And funded the Jamestown enterprise. So it's always the same goods, yeah. So here's a stone of Scuan, right? Yeah. Replica of the stone of Scuan Palace, which is in Perth, Scotland. And the stone of Destiny refers to a coronation stone, but is also known as Jacob's pillar stone, right? Like in that picture where the John Smith in the Pocahontas, Jacob's pillar stone, so it seems to be linked to that. Right? The stone of Jacob, of course, Jacob, John, James is basically all the same name, right? So you could be talking about, in fact, you probably are talking about all the same character. The John Smith is basically the Jacob, and that is basically the King James, right? All the same thing, used as a pillar, right? Like in that picture, Jacob at a place later called Bethel, right? So this seems to me, right, as if the Pocahontas story is very, very linked to this biblical story, right? And the Bible stuff was, what do you call it, brung out a couple of years later, right, around about the same time, basically, right? So it seems to me like they made an expedition to some country, and that's where they discovered the tea drinking, right, the medicines or the herbs or whatever to do trance, right? And that Pocahontas thing is a lot to do with it. And that's where they discovered, because it saved the Jacob, the John Smith from death, right? Which is one of the codes. It saved the Jacob, the John Smith from death and restored him back to life, right? Jacob rested in a city called Luz and used a group of stones as a pillar, right? So basically discovered this tea drinking, this trance medicine on one of these expeditions out to these native lands or whatever, right? And I think it's the Americas they call it and all that. Right? I mean, it could be a different one. It could be Africa or the like East, like China, Japan. You know what I mean? Because they change things around. Right? But this code is definitely to do with it. The stones and the pillars, and they lay down in our place to sleep. Dream to behold a ladder, obviously Jacob's ladder, right? And the angels of God. So this is where that stuff basically originates from this encounter with native tribes people and all, right? Discovered this tea drinking out there. And then so brought it back to use it in Europe and all that, right? So all the families of the earth be blessed in the seed. See? I'm talking about the origins of tea drinking trance. See what I'm saying? This is the